Tonight we are making our quinoa fried rice with shrimp, and I am happy to say you guys almost made it through the end of the week. It's Thursday, so how are you feeling? Tell me something good about your week if you made it through the first full week of the year. So like I said, we're making the quinoa fried rice, so we're going to start off by making our quinoa. I am going to cook it in the microwave in our 3-quart micro cooker. The 3-quart micro cooker is the only one that has this extra lid. It's a boil over guard, so I am gonna make sure that's on there nice and tight. So I have 1 cup of quinoa. Make sure you rinse that. And then I am going to add 1.5 cups of broth. The recipe calls for chicken broth. I am using the rest of, I got a big thing of the beef broth, so for the other night, well, no, for Saturday night. And so I am just going to use that for this and for the other recipe, just so I only had to buy 1 thing. So I'm gonna pop this in the microwave for 10 minutes, and then it needs to sit for at least 5. Now we are going to get our veggies ready. And so the thing I find with stir fries is that you want to make sure you have everything ready, because it comes together really quickly, and so you want to have everything ready to grab and dump in. So first I'm going to prep our veggies, and then make sure our rice is ready. So I have 1 carrot here. I'm just going to go ahead and peel this. This is our Y-shaped peeler again. It's just fantastic. It's really easy to hold, quick to use. And I'm going to cut these veggies up using our quick prep food grater, which I'll tell you about here in just a minute. It's going to be your best friend if you are someone who likes to prep up all your veggies for the week, or you just use a lot of vegetables. This is going to be your best friend. So I'm just cutting off the ends. I've got this broccoli, it's washed too. I'm just going to cut it into smaller pieces so that it fits into our food grater. And if you're using a bigger stalk of broccoli, guys, you're gonna find this out later too. We are just ending quarantine right now, so like I'm stuck with whatever I get as far as the curbside pickup or delivery for groceries. So I thought I ordered a head of broccoli, but I just ordered the small one. So if you have a whole head, you might want to peel the thicker part of your stem, and you'll want to put that in the food grater too. The broccoli stems are so good in this, but I don't have to do that because I just have this tiny little broccoli. So this is our quick prep food grater. This thing is amazing. It's going to help you with all of your prepping needs. It is great for vegetables. You can take down a whole head of cabbage in like less than a minute in this thing. Tonight we're going to use it to slice our carrots and our broccoli. It's also great for cheese, to use this grating blade. It comes with 3 blades. We're going to use the slicing blade tonight, but it also has a coarse grating blade and a fine grating blade. And these are fantastic. This fine grating blade, if you like to make broccoli slaw or cauliflower rice, that is awesome for that. You can save a lot of money by making it yourself. So to put this on, I'm going to use a towel because I don't want to slice myself. I'm just going to slide this right in here and give it a little turn until it starts to move, and then I stop. I don't need to tighten it. It will tighten naturally as I use it. Slide this bowl under here. This bowl is awesome too. It's dishwasher safe. It's huge. It holds over 12 cups of food, and so you can do a lot in this. All right, starting with our carrot, I'm gonna pull off the top and put it right down in here, and I'm gonna push with my hand until it gets to this part, and then I'm gonna use this food pusher because, again, you don't want to cut your fingers. So I just turn it. The faster you turn, the better job it does, and the less pieces. See, there's a couple little bigger pieces in there. I'll pick those out later, or I might leave them in there. They're not that giant. But the faster you go, the less of that you're gonna get. So same thing with the broccoli. I'm just gonna stick it in there and get going. And it's gonna shred it all up. about you guys, but I really don't like to cut up broccoli. I just always find it such a mess. And there's some pieces falling out here, but it's nothing compared to the mess that I usually make when I make it, or when I cut up broccoli. So, especially if I'm cutting it up this fine. Look at how fast this is going. And it's even going a little bit slower than usual because I'm talking to you. Popping it in there. There we go. All right, now I'm gonna just slice up these green onions, and I'm just gonna keep the tops and the greens separate. So I'm using my Santoku knife, perfect for little jobs, but this would be a great job for a chef's knife as well. Make sure you curl those fingers back. All right, I'm just gonna take these white parts and add them to the bowl with my other veggies. And then I'm gonna cut up the greens and just keep them, save them to mix in with the sauce so they get added in at the end. Got myself, but I stopped it. All right, there we go. I didn't have those fingers curled back. Listen to my own advice. All right, guys. The quinoa still has a few minutes to cook, and then it needs to rest for 5 minutes. So I'm going to let that finish, and then I'm going to preheat the oil in our wok for 3 to 5 minutes, and I'll see you back in a few. Hey, I'm back. Our quinoa finished cooking in the microwave. I let that sit for 5 minutes, and then I took the lid off. It's been cooling for a couple more minutes, and I've got some canola oil heated up in my stainless steel nonstick wok. I love this thing, guys. It's so huge. There's so much room for all these vegetables. So I am going to toss in some shrimp. And drop that down in there. It's going to sizzle because it's heated over medium-high heat. So we're going to cook those for a couple minutes. Somebody over here likes to come help. He's usually between me and the countertop. So those are going to cook for about 2 minutes, and I'm going to keep stirring them. But while I'm not, I'm going to crack 3 eggs here into this bowl. And give them. My hands because I got some egg on them. Give them another stir. And stir frying happens really quick, so you can see I've got all my ingredients and everything over here. And I forgot to season up my shrimp with salt and pepper. And then it tastes like something. Now I'm whisking up my eggs. And this is just a 2-cup prep bowl, and I'm using my mini whisk. Love this thing. Alright, the shrimp is starting to look good. It may not be all the way completely done. I am going to add it back in at the end and kind of let everything cook for a minute and come together. There's some that are still pretty raw. I'll give it another minute. Alright, I think that'll be good. I'm just going to dump it into a bowl on the side to save for later. Now I'm going to add in the rest of my oil, 2 tablespoons of canola oil, and let that heat up just a minute. And I'm going to add in, I have my carrots and my broccoli and the whites of my green onions. We're going to just toss those in. Look at how nicely all those veggies fit in. Whoops, just flipped my dog with some broccoli. I'm just going to keep on stirring these. And while that's cooking for a couple minutes, I am going to work on my sauce. I need a 1/4 cup of reduced sodium soy sauce. This is great. You won't feel quite as puffy if you get puffy and affected by soy sauce if you use the reduced sodium kind. But it's still going to have all the flavor. 1/4 cup. And then I'm supposed to be putting in a tablespoon of sesame oil, and that is another place where the curbside service has failed me. I know I had it in my cart, but nobody ever told me I didn't have it, but I'm not going to complain because there are worse things in the world. Sesame oil is kind of a unique ingredient. It's maybe not something you usually have. It is delicious. It's great in a lot of different recipes, but this recipe is going to taste delicious even without it. So we'll go ahead and keep going. So in this one, I put the sesame oil, ginger. This is, I'm going to use a 1/2 teaspoon. I am choosing to use ground ginger instead of, actually I'm just going to use a 1/4 teaspoon. I'm using ground ginger instead of fresh. You hear mixed reviews about which one's better, or whether you can use them, replace them. I think in certain dishes you can. I don't usually keep fresh ginger on hand, so for me, I'm going to go for grated, or for the ground ginger. And then I also need my green onion tops in the sauce. And grab my other little mini whisk over here. Whisk it up. Let's get it all good mixed. And then put that to the side for later. Alright, get my veggies in our stir. They're starting to soften up. So I am going to add my garlic. I have 4 cloves of garlic that I am going to press right into the dish. Remember to use my tools so my fingers don't smell like garlic. And 4. There we go. With my red pepper flakes. I need an 1/8 teaspoon of red pepper flakes. And this is something you can just do a pinch if you're sensitive to heat. You could bump it up if you like a little more heat. And I think an 1/8 teaspoon is really nice. I like to top this with a little bit of sriracha too. Alright, stir it together. Now we're going to move all of our vegetables to one side of the pan. And we are going to add in these eggs. And we are going to scramble them up. Just move them around. You'll probably get some vegetables that mix in, and that's okay. They're going to all mix together eventually anyway. You just don't want them to just get all coated. You want to actually have some egg chunks. So. And I'm using my teak wooden corner spoon. It's got this flat side, so I can really scrape the eggs off the bottom here. Stir fry is so fun. seriously, I always wanted to wok. I was so excited when we had this. And then just the fact that it's this stainless nonstick makes it even better. It's my new favorite cookware. But I don't know, I just always wanted to wok, but it's one of those things that never really made the cut. So I was excited when we got it because, I don't know, it's just something different, a different way of cooking. It comes together so fast. You can always have frozen stir-fry vegetables and sauces on hand with all the programs you usually have. So now we're going to mix it all together. Add in our cooked shrimp and our quinoa. And we are going to give it a good stir. And dumping our sauce right over the top. Got everything. A couple minutes to all come together. And look, there's all that good, healthy shrimp protein, quinoa, whole grain, all these loaded with vegetables. And let me tell you, this is so delicious. And this is 6 servings, I think. It's either 4 huge servings or 6 normal people servings. We'll probably eat, my kids aren't going to eat this, so, you know, Jeff and I are going to eat it. Probably 2 big servings for dinner, and then it'll probably serve us both for lunch for a couple days. So there we go. I'm going to turn it off so that we can have some delicious dinner. So I'll see you later, guys. See you next time.